Hi there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Cave Story. My name is Kirby Viper93, you can call me KV if you like. In the last episode, we beat the easy path, taking out Misery, the Doctor, and the Undead Core. In this episode, we are going to start on the hard path. There are actually only just a couple minor differences between the easy path and the hard path. The first of which is right here. You have to play as kind of an asshole. I mean, you saw Booster just sort of got warped right down, and usually you would go right after him, but what you have to do is, in fact, completely ignore him. There was a red line right there. That is where you're supposed to jump in order to make this. It's otherwise impossible to get over here without the Booster. Ignoring Booster falling in front of you is the catalyst for all of the other events that require you... that are required to get onto the hard path. So, you're kind of an asshole. It does mean you have to go through the Labyrinth and the Balrog fight, and actually the fight with the core, without the Booster version 0.8, but, well, this is the hard path after all. So, that's the first difference. I'm only going to be showing sort of highlights for what all the differences are. That's the first. Most of the rest of the game is really easy. I'll go over anything that I do differently in video, or I'll explain it at the end. So, hang on a second while I show you guys towards the next difference. Okay, so now that you've made it here to the core chamber, before you go up and talk to Curly, come over down here. Attached to this robot's arm here is the tow rope. And you're actually going to need the tow rope for immediately after this fight here. So after you grab that, just go ahead and continue to fight the core as normal. Did you know the woman named Jenka had a younger brother? His name was Balos. Like his older sister, he had magical powers unlike anyone could imagine. Alright, so this is actually the biggest difference maker on whether or not you will make it through to the hard path. You have the tow rope in your possession, so you use it to attach Curly to you so you can carry her through and try and get her some help. So you just take her out through here, blast door closes behind you, and now, just real quick, did you ever notice that this number 4 here, this is the only one that has a number on it? I guess it's because Pixel needed to label it just so, you know, it says blast door number 4 is malfunctioning. But anyway, now that we have Curly attached to us, we'll go through the living waterway. I am going to show this, even though you saw this before. It's a little bit tougher without the booster, but I'm just going to use this actually to talk about, you know, what's coming up. You do have to hit all of the requirements that I'm getting ready to show you in order to get to the final area of the game, in order to actually be on the hard path. I mean, you're sort of just like setting yourself up for it now, because not a lot changes between, like, in the things I've already showed you if you do the hard path qualifications. So, really, you just, let's get some hearts here, because we are a little bit low. That's good enough. Well, no, you know what? There's a couple more down here. We fill up to full. Okay, so we're at full health. Yeah, so you just carry Curly through most of the living waterway. If you'll remember, there was a door that we sort of passed by about midway through the waterway, we actually have to take her there. That's what I meant earlier when I said that we didn't quite have to worry about getting there yet. So let's take out all these jellies. Let's get the bubbling out. And you can't jump like anywhere. Alright, so all these dudes taken out. Man, this is really just like a crazy erratic little whirlpool. And bubbling and all of its randomness doesn't help a whole lot. Jesus Christ, will you just let me get up there already? Okay, there we go. I think we got it this time. Alright, you want to try and like land right... Oh god, right there. So that you can jump and make it there. Otherwise, you'll just keep going downwards and you won't be able to save her. Alright, let's save our progress just really quick. What you have to do is you have to lay Curly down on the bed. And then... Okay. Then you come over to the bookshelf over here. You open the notebook and it explains a little bit. Robots manufactured on the surface have limited aquatic mobility. In the case of flooding, the system will automatically initiate a shutdown to prevent from short-circuiting. And that's why robots have an air counter. So, at least there's some sort of in-game explanation. I mean, you know, robots don't technically need to breathe, but, you know. Anyway, you check that, and you now learn how to service flooded robots. So, you check Curly, you drain the water from her. Oh, good. She's awake. It helped. Yeah, you know what? We almost were. So were you. Yeah. Why didn't you go on? I bet you could have done all this. Alright, she falls asleep. You don't want to leave her here. You want to take her with you. So, oh crap, I just said I wanted to leave her here. You want to attach her to you again. And then go through the rest of the waterway. Okay, so after you get through the living waterway, after you sort of lose Curly, you just go into Arthur's house as you normally would, and... What? Okay. Alright. So it looks like Booster made it out alive anyway, just out of spite. Okay, we knew all that. Okay. You know what? There wasn't a whole lot you could do. But from that, you get the Booster version 2.0, which is considerably more useful than the version 0.8. Escape from the island. Too young. I understand. Take her and escape. Alright. First, I'm just going to show off the Booster 2.0. Now that we've got it equipped, we can boost in any of 4 directions, like those 4 directions right there. Pretty neat. It makes fast travel just so easy. I love the Booster version 2.0, and after having used it for so long, I was not used to the 0.8. So there's that. Now that we have that, I will meet you guys. I guess I'll meet you guys back at the plantation, unless there's something else I think of that I have to show you. Okay guys, before we go to the plantation, there is actually something I thought of that I should show you guys. If you come back to the Plantation Shop after you get the Polar Star and you talk to the shopkeeper, he will actually just sort of give you the whimsical star, which I'll show you what it does in just a second here. It's kind of a decoration, he says, but if you charge this up all the way, you'll get these 3 stars which sort of just float around you and will damage enemies. It's pretty damn cool. Excuse me. Anyway, these stars do, what, I think, like 1, 2, and 4 damage, depending on the size. And for every hit you take, one of them disappears, and they won't all come back until you completely charge up the spur again. So there's that, just thought I'd show ya, and I'll meet you guys back in the plantation. Okay, you remember how I showed you this room on the easy path? Well, it really only has relevance on the hard path. If you open up this chest, you will get the 290 counter. It's just a timer, and there's something inscribed on it. This I present to you, the challenger, in anticipation of your determination. Show me your best. So there's that. Really, right now, you have no idea what it means. But I know what it means, and I'll show you guys once we get to that point. For now, I'll meet you back in the plantation. Alright, so here we are back at the plantation. There is actually something up here. I kind of hinted at it earlier. There's a passage. Really has no use for now. You can see there's a door down there, but I don't know how to get there. In here is the statue chamber. This shows you previous owners of the Demon Crown. Halder, Anutopone, Miyakido, and the Doctor, which is sort of a work in progress. But, I mean, that sculptor doesn't do anything. He's just sort of working on it. And that was really all I wanted to show you for now. I'm going to take care of all the stuff that needs to be taken care of in the plantation, and then I'll meet you back once I get to the point where there's other stuff to do. More hard path related stuff. So yeah, see you guys in just a second. Okay, so now that we've done all that, we've got the rocket ready to go, as you can see here. There's just a couple other things to take care of to absolutely set us on the hard path. If you come right down here, I never showed this before, there's actually Curly Brace right here in the bed. Cthulhu sort of talks to you. Curly doesn't remember who we are. Scrap metal now. Kind of special mushroom supposedly helps recover one's memory if eaten. It should work, and it just so happens that I know where such a mushroom exists, and I will meet you in that location momentarily. Yes, the cemetery. Come on, it's the only other place where there have been mushrooms. So, what you have to do is you have to come right up here to this door, which you can't get to unless you have a booster. And come into storage. Yeah, I got some business with you. Yeah, if the mushroom badge is what's supposed to help. Well, I mean, I don't need it. It's for a friend, you know. Yeah, well, yeah, I want it. Yes, I do want it. I do want it. But no, I don't need it. It's for a friend. Okay. So now we have the mushroom badge. This is awesome. This little thing here does nothing. Hang on a second, asshole. What do you think you're trying to pull? Yeah, alright, come on. Okay, so you're the badge. You're the mushroom. You're the one that restores memory. Alright, come on, bring it. I got a gun. So, this is Ma Pignon. Or Ma Pignon, if you want to be all fancy about it. I'm not totally convinced that that's how you really pronounce it. But, you know, I sort of figured that little GN thing is sort of the Italian pronunciation. Like a lasagna, it's the Ma Pignon. So there you go. We've got that, and now all we gotta do is take it back to Curly. Alright, so if we take the Ma Pignon back down here to Curly, we sort of feed it to her, and suddenly she can remember everything. This is how we find out our name. This is the only time ever that anyone ever says our name. And this actually provides a great amount of backstory, because when they say that the Ma Pinyon actually cures memory loss. It cures all memory loss. Purpose of the mission. So we were different from the others. No, I don't remember anything. So now that she remembers things, go ahead and talk to her one more time. She lets you know that she's fine, not to worry, and gives you this, the Iron Bond. This is another sort of unusable item, but it's our connection to Curly. So now that we have that, we're just going to ride the rocket all the way up. We're gonna heal up for a second. We're just gonna grab it. Damn it! And again. Alright. Anyway, we're just gonna come down here to the bed. We're gonna rest up, and then I will meet you guys up in front of Last Cave at the beginning of the next episode. So thank you all for watching this sort of recap of, well, it's not really a recap, but whatever. Thank you for watching this highlight reel. There we go. That's more accurate. Of the hard path for Cave Story. My name is Kirby Viper 93, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Let's Play Cave Story.